The Honda City was launched in India in 1998 and since then it has constantly been amongst the best-selling C-segment sedans in India. It was challenged by many rivals from the Daewoo Cielo, Opel Astra, Chevrolet Aveo, Ford Fiesta and the Ciaz, Rapid or Vento in recent times. But only one car actually managed to dethrone it because of a fantastic diesel engine. While it might not have looked so good when launched, it gained some serious credit when the fluidic design was launched. Yes, we are talking about the Hyundai Verna. While the facelifted version of the current gen has been launched in the market now, we have the pre-facelift version with us today. Let's check it out. This is it. It's probably the best looking Verna after the fluidic design. And talking about design, let's start with the front. There's a lot of chrome on the face of the Verna. As you can see, there's this big chrome cascading Hyundai grille and there's chrome here too. And apart from that, there are projector headlamps and fog lamps with cornering function. This is the pre-facelift version and being an old car, this still looks good to me. The side of the car is really special. This coupe-like roofline looks very sporty and gives this car a very unique appeal. The disadvantage of this thing is that it eats away the rear headroom and makes it a little congested on the inside. The chrome treatment is carried over to the handles here too. And one special mention to the diamond cut alloy wheels which look particularly beautiful. Now the rear of this car is the most beautiful part to look at. There are cuts and creases, these creases and this black element that merges neatly into the rear reflector, the neatly detailed 3 LED elements into the tail lamps. Everything in here looks very sporty and to me this backside is the most beautiful in its segment. Let's check out the boot space now. Now as you can see, the boot is deep. The only con here I can say is that the loading lip is a little high. Apart from that, it is big, deep, commodious and it is good for weekend trips, but it is not the best in the segment and I think the Honda City and the Ciaz might have bigger boots. The boot capacity is mentioned on your screens right now. So in the backseat of the Verna now, and as you can see, legroom is not as generous as the Honda City or the Ciaz and headroom is pretty okayish. I get this armrest with 2 cup holders and overall I'm sitting in a knees up position, if I should say, and it is not very comfortable for long journeys and maybe this is the reason why Honda City and the Ciaz outsell it in some states, because most people that buy these cars sit in the rear seat and the Seithjis don't really like this kind of position. I have my own AC vent though here and a USB port to charge my phones and also this rear sun blind which is a neat touch. Not many cars get this. And there's a coat hook too. Apart from this, nothing special about the back seat here and I'd say this back seat is the only weak point of this car. Apart from this, the front seats are extremely comfortable and I'll get back there in just a minute. So we're in the front seat of the Verna now and let's start with the steering wheel. The steering wheel is leather wrapped and feels good to hold. It gets multiple controls here for the cruise control, MID, music system, Bluetooth connectivity, etc. It also gets voice commands which will be compatible with your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay systems. The MID system is very informative. It gives you a lot of information. Starts off button is provided here and moving on to the infotainment screen. This infotainment screen is probably one of the best that I've used in this segment. The screen fluidity is brilliant and it is a very good intuitive experience to use this screen. It gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, its own navigation system, USB and memory card compatibility. And moving on to the AC, it is a single zone climate control unit and the best part, the party trick of the Verna is this, the cooled seats. They're not cooled exactly, they are ventilated, but still it is something very unique to this car and it is probably the best feature that I've used in this car. My favorite feature, if I may say. Apart from that, the dashboard plastics quality, it is a little hard, but it is okay, not that bad. And the glove box is pretty big and it is cool too. You get these silver accents here, and overall the cabin is pretty well built and feels good. The experience here is not bad. I get this gear knob which is leather wrapped too, and this gear knob feels very tight and precise to use. The gates are well accessible and the gear shifts are very smooth in this car. The storage spaces, talking about the storage spaces are good too. There are 2 bottle holders in both the front doors, 2 cup holders between the front 2 seats, and a big storage well in the front armrest. But how good is the driving experience? Let's see now. First and foremost, I had never ever driven a petrol Verna in the past, and I am genuinely surprised by how peppy this 1.6 liter engine is. It is smooth, refined, but it could definitely do with a better steering setup. It's definitely better than most of the other cars of the segment, other than the new TSI from Volkswagen and Honda's iVTEC. The ride is smooth, but the suspension is a little too soft, and it is evident with the body roll in the corners. There's good amount of power lower in the rev range, and overtaking is an easy task. This engine, if given the right steering and suspension setup, can be a hoot to drive. Let me show you how. Talking about the steering, it has improved from the previous gen Vernas, but still not up there with the Germans. It is vague in the center position and has an artificial feel to it. For city use, it is brilliant as it is very light to operate at low speeds, and the clutch is light to use too. The gear shifts are precise, like I said earlier. The brakes could have done with a little better feel at the pedal, which feels wooden sometimes. I wonder why Hyundai removed the rear disc brakes that were offered in the previous gen Fluidic Verna. Let's check out the 0 to 100 time of this car. Concluding the video, all I can say is I just found 3 flaws with the Verna. 1. Its fuel efficiency. 2. Its steering and suspension setup, which still has scope for improvement. And thirdly, the backseat experience. It has smart leather upholstery, ventilated seats, ISOFIX child seat mounts, and all the bells and whistles that the competition offers, and more. Also, there's a new turbocharged petrol engine with a facelift. And if Hyundai addresses all these issues in the next gen Verna, it is surely going to get its crown back. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Plus, don't forget to follow us on Instagram.